Have you ever pondered over the question of India's territorial integrity? It's a concept that goes beyond mere geographical boundaries, encompassing sovereignty, culture, history, and national identity. Territorial integrity, the principle under international law that prohibits states from the use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of another state, stands as a fortress of peace, stability, and respect among nations. India, a land of diverse cultures and ancient civilizations, is no stranger to this principle. Its territorial integrity, a harmonious blend of its myriad landscapes, from the icy peaks of the Himalayas to the tropical shores of Kerala, is a testament to its unity in diversity. But it's not just about land and landscapes. It's about the people, the culture, the shared history, and the political ideologies that bind together over 1 billion hearts. India's territorial integrity is a significant player in the global political arena, often influencing the country's foreign policies and diplomatic relations. But here's a thought to ponder upon. So, why is India's territorial integrity often considered as the West's blind spot? Let's delve into the history. To understand the current scenario, it is essential to trace back to India's historical borders. Post-independence in 1947, India inherited the borders of British India. However, the partition that led to the creation of Pakistan left a legacy of border disputes that linger till today. The line of control in Jammu and Kashmir and the Durand line with Afghanistan remain as contentious as ever. Further east, the McMahan line drawn by the British to demarcate India and Tibet, now China, is another bone of contention. China's refusal to acknowledge this line led to the Sino-Indian War in 1962, altering the landscape of India's northeastern frontiers. Moreover, India's borders with Bangladesh were only formally settled in 2015, ending one of the world's most complex border disputes. These historical events have shaped the present-day boundaries of India, leading to the current territorial integrity issues. But why does the West often overlook India's territorial integrity? Good question. The West's perception of India's territorial disputes is generally guided by their strategic interests. These interests often overshadow the recognition of India's territorial integrity, creating a blind spot in their understanding of the region. Take a moment to consider this. India, a country with a rich history and diverse culture, finds its territorial integrity often disregarded. The West's strategic alliances and geopolitical games appear to take precedence over the unbiased understanding of territorial disputes. The Western countries, with their military might and diplomatic influence, often steer the narrative around these disputes. This narrative does not always prioritize India's legitimate territorial claims, but rather focuses on maintaining a balance of power or securing economic interests. The West's approach to these disputes is not always based on the principle of justice or international law. Instead, it's often about furthering their own interests, at times at the expense of India's territorial integrity. This often leads to a biased perspective, overlooking India's legitimate territorial claims. So, what impact does this blind spot have on India's defense and diplomatic strategies? Well, India finds itself walking a tightrope, balancing its defense strategies and diplomatic relations amidst these challenges. India's defense forces play a pivotal role in this delicate balance. Their constant vigilance and readiness to protect the nation's borders are crucial in maintaining India's territorial integrity. This isn't just about military might, though. Diplomacy is equally important. India's diplomatic corps works tirelessly to ensure that the country's interests are represented on the global stage. They engage in dialogue with other nations, highlighting the importance of respecting international borders and territorial integrity. The challenge is twofold. On one hand, India needs to maintain a robust defense posture to deter any potential aggressors. On the other hand, it must foster diplomatic relations that respect and uphold its territorial sovereignty. This is no easy task. India's defense and diplomatic strategies must be nimble, adaptable, and robust to navigate the complex geopolitical landscape. It's a constant juggling act, but one that India has become adept at over the years. Indeed, it's a constant battle for India to safeguard its territorial integrity while navigating through the complex geopolitical landscape. So, where does India stand now and what is the way forward? As we wrap up our discussion, it's clear that India is at a critical juncture. It's not just about defending borders, but about asserting its territorial integrity on the global stage. The current scenario is challenging, but not insurmountable. Potential strategies for India could include strengthening its defense capabilities, fostering diplomatic alliances, and leveraging its economic prowess. These strategies, while significant, are not enough on their own. It's equally important for India to communicate its position assertively and consistently at international forums. At the same time, it's crucial for the West to reassess its perspective. Ignoring India's territorial integrity is not just a blind spot. It's a lapse that could have far-reaching implications for global stability and peace. The West must recognize and respect India's territorial claims, not just for India's sake, but for the sake of a balanced world order. The way forward, thus, is a two-way street. It's about India standing its ground and the West recalibrating its viewpoint. After all, every nation's territorial integrity deserves respect and recognition, and India is no exception.